This mythological poem is considered one of the most renowned in Sumerian literature. The poem begins with the god Utu, the Sumerian sun god, addressing his sister Inanna about the flax he has sown in the ground and how he will bring its harvest to her. Inanna responds, "Brother, after you bring me the flax, who will spin it for me?" Utu answers that he will bring the flax already spun. The dialogue continues in the same manner. Finally, Inanna asks, "Brother, after you bring the royal bedspread, who will sleep with me?" He replies that her groom, Dumuzi the shepherd, will sleep with her. But Inanna refuses, saying that Enki the farmer is the man of her heart, and he will bring her heaps of grains. Utu tries to persuade her to marry the shepherd because of his delicious cream, milk, and butter, but Inanna rejects him due to his ragged clothes and coarse wool, preferring the farmer who grows flax for her clothes and provides her table with barley. The brother spoke to his younger sister. The sun god Utu addressed Inanna, saying, "Young lady, the flax in its fullness is lovely. Inanna, the grain is glistening in the furrow. I will hoe it for you. I will bring it to you. A piece of linen, big or small, is always needed. Inanna, I will bring it to you." Inanna replied, "Brother, after you've brought me the flax, who will comb it for me?" Utu answered, "Sister, I will bring it to you combed." Utu, "After you've brought it to me combed, who will spin it for me?" Inanna inquired further. "Inanna, I will bring it to you spun," Utu reassured her. "Brother, after you've brought the flax to me spun, who will braid it for me?" asked Inanna. "Sister, I will bring it to you braided," Utu responded patiently. "Utu, after you've brought it to me braided, who will warp it for me?" Inanna continued. "Inanna, I will bring it to you warped," Utu promised. "Brother, after you've brought the flax to me warped, who will weave it for me?" Inanna queried. "Sister, I will bring it to you woven," Utu replied. "Utu, after you've brought it to me woven, who will bleach it for me?" Inanna asked persistently. "Inanna, I will bring it to you bleached," Utu assured her. Finally, Inanna asked, "Brother, after you've brought my bridal sheet to me, who will go to bed with me?" Utu answered, "Sister, your bridegroom will go to bed with you. He who was born from a fertile womb, conceived on the sacred marriage throne Dumuzi, the shepherd. He will go to bed with you." Inanna spoke with resolve. "No, brother, the man of my heart works the hoe, the farmer. He is the man of my heart. He gathers the grain into great heaps. He brings the grain regularly into my storehouses." Utu then spoke to his sister. "Sister, marry the shepherd. Why are you unwilling? His cream is good, his milk is good. Whatever he touches shines brightly. Inanna, marry Dumuzi. You who adorn yourself with the agate necklace of fertility, why are you unwilling? Dumuzi will share his rich cream with you. You who are meant to be the king's protector, why are you unwilling?" Inanna firmly responded, "The shepherd. I will not marry the shepherd. His clothes are coarse, his wool is rough. I will marry the farmer. The farmer grows flax for my clothes. The farmer grows barley for my table." At this point, Dumuzi spoke out. "Why do you speak about the farmer? Why do you speak about him? If he gives you black flour, I will give you black wool. If he gives you white flour, I will give you white wool. If he gives you beer, I will give you sweet milk. If he gives you bread, I will give you honey cheese. I will give the farmer my leftover cream. I will give the farmer my leftover milk. Why do you speak about the farmer? What does he have more than I do?" Inanna replied with conviction, "Shepherd, without my mother Ningal, you'd be driven away. Without my grandmother Ningakuga, you'd be driven into the steppes. Without my father Nana, you'd have no roof. And without my brother Utu." Dumuzi interrupted her. "Inanna, do not start a quarrel. My father Enki is as good as your father Nana. My mother Sirtur is as good as your mother Ningal. My sister Geshtinana is as good as yours. Queen of the palace, let us talk it over. Inanna, let us sit and speak together. I am as good as Utu. Enki is as good as Nana. Sirtur is as good as Ningal. Queen of the palace, let us talk it over." Then we move to another poem where Inanna seeks the approval and advice of her mother. In this poem, Dumuzi arrives at Inanna's house bearing gifts of milk, cream, and beer to ask for her hand. Inanna shows hesitation in accepting his arrival. However, her mother encourages her to let him in, and the poem goes, Dumuzi's approach to the royal house. The shepherd arrived at the royal house carrying cream. Dumuzi, laden with milk, stood before the door and called out, "Open the house, my lady! Open the house!" Inside, Inanna ran to her mother, Ningal, seeking counsel. Ningal, wise and nurturing, spoke to her daughter. "My child, the young man will be like a father to you. My daughter, the young man will be like a mother to you. He will treat you with the care of a father. He will look after you with the tenderness of a mother. Open the house, my lady, open the house." Following her mother's advice, Inanna bathed and anointed herself with fragrant oils. She adorned herself in the royal white robe and prepared her dowry. Around her neck, she arranged her precious lapis beads and took her seal in her hand. Meanwhile, Dumuzi waited outside, filled with anticipation. As Inanna opened the door, she appeared radiant before him, glowing like the light of the moon. Dumuzi, filled with joy, embraced her, pressing his neck close against hers, and kissed her. Inanna then spoke with a voice full of intent. "What I tell you, let the singer weave into song. What I tell you, let it flow from ear to mouth, let it pass from old to young. My vulva, the horn, the boat of heaven, is full of eagerness like the young moon. My untilled land lies fallow. As for me, Inanna, who will plow my vulva? Who will plow my high field? Who will plow my wet ground? As for me, the young woman, who will plow my vulva? Who will station the ox there? Who will plow my vulva?" Dumuzi responded with confidence. "Great lady, the king will plow your vulva. I, Dumuzi the king, will plow your vulva." Inanna replied with passion, "Then plow my vulva, man of my heart, plow my vulva." As the king embraced her, the cedar rose high by their side. My honey man sweetens me always. My lord, the honey man of the gods, he is the one my womb loves best. His hand is honey, his foot is honey, he sweetens me always. My eager, impetuous caresser of the navel, my caresser of the soft thighs, he is the one my womb loves best. He is lettuce planted by the water. Dumuzi sang in adoration, "O lady, your breast is your field. Inanna, your breast is your field. Your broad field pours out plants. Your broad field pours out grain. Water flows from on high for your servant. Bread flows from on high for your servant. Pour it out for me, Inanna. I will drink all you offer. Make your milk sweet and thick, my bridegroom. My shepherd, I will drink your fresh milk. Wild bull Dumuzi, make your milk sweet and thick. I will drink your fresh milk. Let the milk of the goat flow in my sheepfold. Fill my holy churn with honey cheese. Lord Dumuzi, I will drink your fresh milk. My husband, I will guard my sheepfold for you. I will watch over your house of life, the storehouse, the shining, quivering place which delights Sumer, the house which decides the fates of the land, the house which gives the breath of life to the people. I, the queen of the palace, will watch over your house." Dumuzi spoke with longing. "My sister, I would go with you to my garden. Inanna, I would go with you to my garden. I would go with you to my orchard. I would go with you to my apple tree. There I would plant the sweet, honey-covered seed." Inanna sang, "Last night as I, the queen, was shining bright. Last night as I, the queen of heaven, was shining bright. As I was shining bright and dancing, singing praises at the coming of the night. He met me, he met me. My lord Dumuzi met me. He put his hand into my hand. He pressed his neck close against mine. My high priest is ready for the holy loins. My lord Dumuzi is ready for the holy loins. The plants and herbs in his field are ripe. O Dumuzi, your fullness is my delight." Inanna called for the bed. "Let the bed that rejoices the heart be prepared. Let the bed of kingship be prepared." Inanna spread the bridal sheet across the bed. She called to the king, "The bed is ready." She called to her bridegroom, "The bed is waiting." He put his hand in her hand. He put his hand to her heart. Sweet is the sleep of hand to hand. Sweeter still the sleep of heart to heart. Inanna spoke, "I bathed for the wild bull. I bathed for the shepherd Dumuzi. I perfumed my sides with ointment. I coated my mouth with sweet-smelling amber. I painted my eyes with kohl. He shaped my loins with his fair hands. The shepherd Dumuzi filled my lap with cream and milk. He stroked my pubic hair. He watered my womb. He laid his hands on my holy vulva. He smoothed my black boat with cream. He quickened my narrow boat with milk. He caressed me on the bed. Now I will caress my high priest on the bed. I will caress the faithful shepherd Dumuzi. I will caress his loins, the shepherdship of the land. I will decree a sweet fate for him.